Okay, let me check in with the first five chapters of Magic for Liars by Sarah Glly. They are an American author who published a fair number of things. This is set in kind of Oakland, San Francisco area. There has been a murder at the it's Oththorpe um, School for Young Mages, where gruesomely in the library, the librarian finds one of the faculty members bisected in half, bloody, bloody in the thing, and that's the opening thing. Um, Ivy Gamble gets tapped to investigate it by the headmaster at the school. I can't remember what the name of the woman is at the moment, but she comes to this detective who is very much a kind of your hard boiled detective sort of thing, hard drinking, doing lots of divorce cases. It turns out she has a connection to the school. While she is not magic at all herself, it turns out her twin sister, non non-identical twin sister, is magic and had went to the school and is now a faculty member there as well. And it's not clear whether she recommended her for the job or not. We do find out quite early that they are estranged, that their mother died of stomach cancer, very aggressive. It's like basically 1 month she found out she was sick, treatment, stopped the treatment, and then the next month was dead. Um, and there seems to be a large amount of resentment, at least from what we see on Ivy's side on that. She goes, it's like after she's tapped for this case, she goes to a bar, very, very, very much the kind of hard boiled Sam Spade detective thing of she goes to a bar and she's talking to the bartender, and she kind of spills this whole story. It's like it's very much seems to be bubbling there on the surface. Um, but she does want to take the case. She wants to take the case because this is what she got into being detective for being able to do stuff that maybe no one else could do. Um, and also it's murder, so it's like it really matters versus all the kind of the divorce cases that she does and all the cheating and kind of all that kind of the cases that she does. And she's been offered a lot of money for it, so she does take the case. And I don't know if there's also some kind of fascination with this Osthorpe Academy of just like this is a life, because when she gets there, she gets this strange sense of like this could have been me if I had had magic, because apparently in this world, it's just one of those things of some people have magic, some people don't, and if you have it, you just have it. Now the barkeep does seem to say like, well, magic isn't real, so it definitely is one of these things of this is an urban fantasy world where um, magic isn't well known to the rest of the people on the planet, therefore it hasn't probably changed the history. She lists that Winston Churchill is one of probably the most powerful mages. There's no witches or warlocks, it's just mages that that the barkeep would know. It's like, well, why didn't he zap Hitler with magic? It's like, well, there's treaties, and basically, if you sat you down and explained to you all the things of why he wasn't able to do that, you'd probably just gouge your eyes out from boredom by before the end of it. Um, and so, yes, so she goes to the magic school, um, and the principal takes her, and she sees the kid who was sneaking around in the magic books coming storming out of her office. Dylan something, kind of tall, lanky, hair tousled in a way that probably took hours to get tousled just that right way. Sees a bunch of kids, of girls, um, doing studying, but they somehow use magic against both her, which isn't surprising, but also against the headmistress, basically saying, "Oh, you want to leave right now. You just want to leave us alone. And it's like it's a manipulation that seems to actually work, and that seems to come from the richest kind of girl there on the thing, very moneyed, very powerful girl there. So that's an interesting thing. Um, they give her the crime photo pictures. It's like, oh God, I'm gonna have to see these, and I'll okay, I'll look at them tonight. Um, they meet the I guess it's maybe it is not the librarian. It's the headmistress's assistant. This 86-year-old woman who's apparently wrecked her voice because at the opening, when she discovers it, she uses a megaphone spell, which apparently is like disproved of nowadays because it's of how tough it is on the person who uses it. Um, where was I going there? Um, so there's all these people, it's like, was it the person who discovered the body? Was it the kid who's doing this kind of whole Harry Potter thing of like, oh, there's evil forces afoot that are swirling against Osthorpe, very kind of Harry Potter thing. But the headmistress is like, um, no, he's just a kind of a troubled kid. That kind of invents stuff like that. He's troubled, which is like, oh, people with mental issues that are also have magic powers. I guess it would be a thing. Um, or maybe there's something else going on there. Dun dun dun. Um, when I first started it, I was like, oh, this is very Sam Spade. Even if we're going to have it with a female detective, it's very much like a heavy drinker, miles on, the cheating, all the cheating accountants and stories, and a lot of um, using that kind of Sam Spade. I guess I think it's Sam Spade, like a similes and of like, oh, a, just a certain kind of thing that she's like, oh, am I gonna be able to get into this? Because like you're either into this and you'll enjoy yourself, or you'll be like, oh God. It seems to be calming down slightly as we're going along, and I like we're getting a little bit more of the kind of the grounding of her with her mother, and we haven't met the sister yet. That'll be interesting to see how that goes. Um, and just it's good to have her as like a fish out of water in this world. So she's going to get, with us, she will get introduced to, we will get introduced to all the kind of intricacies of magic. But it sounds like it's just sort of something you do or you don't do. It's like they talk about how did her sister Tabitha know that they figure out she had magic. She turned a kid who wouldn't lend her crayons. She turned the crayons to butter. And she didn't like know how she did it. She just sort of did it, even though this is a school and obviously you're going to be teaching kids how to do stuff, I guess, in a way. And there's this library which has got all these restricted section books. So it's a combination of Sam Spade and Harry Potter, but hopefully with enough grounding in it that it'll be enjoyable. So yeah, that is Sarah Glly's Magic for Liars, the first 5 chapters. We shall see as it goes. So far, it's pretty promising. Hopefully we won't get too much into mile full of roads, or I don't know. We'll see how well I tolerate the whole hard-boiled detective stuff. Yeah. I like my hard-boiled detectives a little bit more no nonsense, a little less flowery in their similes and language. I'm going for the Jane Austen, Elmore Leonard kind of level is what I'd prefer most of the time, but we'll see.